In the glittering world of fame, there's a dark flip side. Obsessive fans taking their admiration too far. Even with layers of security, well-known celebrities often find themselves targeted by stalkers who cross terrifying boundaries. Explore real US cases where famous actors, musicians, and public figures faced aggressive stalkers. Imagine your idol surrounded by fans. Then picture one fan going completely unhinged. Now let's dive into our first case, where a pop superstar's home became ground zero for a chilling intruder story. Ariana Grande, one of pop's biggest stars, discovered that one of her most devoted fans was dangerous. In early 2023, police announced that a 27-year-old man, Israel Brown, had been sentenced to 3 years and 8 months in prison for repeatedly breaching Grande's homes. The court learned that Brown violated a restraining order and carried out dozens of break-in attempts. Brown had actually broken into Grande's Hollywood Hills residence 92 times between February and September 2021. Each time, he forced his way inside, often wielding a large hunting knife and making menacing statements. Security guards recalled Brown threatening her bodyguards with a knife, prompting them to install stricter measures. Even after Grande moved and won a restraining order, Brown returned in June 2022 to her new home. He cut alarm wires with a screwdriver and hid in crawl spaces before being discovered in a K9 unit. Investigators found over 2,000 photos of Grande on his devices, a haunting record of his obsession. Thankfully, Grande was never alone during these incidents. Her security team eventually caught Brown in the act, and he pleaded guilty to stalking, burglary, and making criminal threats. The case highlights how even with the celebrity's wealth and safeguards, a determined stalker can inflict real fear. Grande has since beefed up her security and stayed vigilant, a reminder that for stars, the line between a fan and a threat can be razor thin. Taylor Swift has always been open about the dangers of her fame, but in 2018, those dangers nearly became a reality. A man named Julius Sandrock, 38, drove all the way from Colorado to Swift's Beverly Hills mansion with a sinister plan. In April 2018, police found Sandrock outside Swift's gated home carrying equipment for a violent break-in. His car was loaded with ammunition, black gloves, mask, zip ties, a hunting knife, and even a rifle box. According to court papers, Sandrock told officers he owned multiple firearms and had come specifically to see Taylor. His goal, he admitted, to kidnap and possibly harm the singer. Police later obtained a firearm restraining order against him after he confessed to owning several guns. Swift was not home at the time, but he did make it past the community gate, narrowly avoided by her quick-acting security team. Sandrock eventually pleaded guilty to felony stalking charges and admitted to severe mental health issues that fueled his delusion. He was sentenced to several years in prison. The incident was the third Swift-related arrest in that month, a stark reminder that her personal safety had become an ongoing concern. Taylor's team has since tightened up security even further. From facial recognition check-ins to vehicle barriers, even megastars must treat home like a high security zone when stalkers are on the prowl. Keeping up with Kardashians took a frightful turn in late 2022 when a reality star, Kim Kardashian, nearly faced an intruder at her Hidden Hills estate. On a Sunday morning in October 2022, security personnel at Kim's mansion spotted a stranger on her property and quickly alerted the police. The man, a 33-year-old DeAndre Williams, had somehow bypassed the gated community and walked up the driveway towards Kim's front door. Bodyguards intercepted Williams near the home. He resisted and even fought them before finally being subdued. According to LAPD, Williams was arrested on charges of battery and trespassing once law enforcement arrived. Law enforcement sources later revealed that Williams had a known infatuation with Kim Kardashian. He had been spotted lingering around her gated community on at least 2 prior occasions. It was a close call. Kim's team has since redoubled security measures, and the sheriff's department notes he didn't get far, thanks to armed guards and detectives. The ordeal underscores that even celebrities' perimeter defenses can be tested by stalkers who won't quit. This was a vivid example that fame can attract people who aren't just fans, they're potential threats. Thankfully, the security guards were quick enough to do something, but the same can't be said for Britney Spears. When Britney Spears married Sam Asghari in June 2022, she probably didn't expect one surprise guest: her first husband, Jason Alexander. Britney and Alexander had a very brief marriage back in 2004. It was about 55 hours when they were teenagers, but decades later, Alexander showed up uninvited at her big day. As security was putting finishing touches on the outdoor ceremony, Jason Alexander live streamed himself on Instagram stating, "I'm here to crash the wedding." He was apparently trying to gate crash the party. Guards quickly tackled him as he approached the altar area. The sheriff's office arrested Alexander on multiple charges, including stalking, trespassing, battery, and vandalism. According to police, Alexander had an altercation with security and broke an item as they detained him. In court, he pleaded not guilty, but a judge immediately issued a 3-year restraining order against him, requiring him to stay at least 100 yards away from Britney. Despite the chaos, Britney and Sam managed to say "I do" in front of family and close friends. The bizarre episode is a mix of real-life soap opera and criminal case. One night, Britney was worried about her ex crashing her special day. The next, he was facing stalking charges. The takeaway? Even childhood friends can develop a dangerous obsession, and high-profile life events must be secured against unwelcome intruders. Fortunately, swift legal action kept the rest of the wedding secure. These cases remind us that even megastars can't fully escape the reach of an obsessed admirer. The good news is that in each story, law enforcement and security intervened before tragedy struck. From Ariana Grande's armed stalker to Taylor Swift's visitor and Britney's unwanted wedding guest, the courts ultimately issue restraining orders and prison sentences. For example, Ariana's stalker is now serving years behind bars. Taylor's assailant pleaded guilty to felony stalking, and Britney's ex-husband got a 3-year distance order. These legal outcomes show the system working to protect public figures. In the end, fame comes with risks as well as rewards. Whether it's an intruder breaking gates, a conspiracy theorist spreading rumors, or a deluded fan showing up uninvited, these stories underline why celebrities take their security seriously. We've seen how quick admiration can cross into danger. For every case here, there are countless ordinary people stalked every day, a sobering reminder that boundaries exist for a reason.